Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Pressplaypodcast. I'm your host, Drew Hedinger, along with my co-host.
How you doing, guys? It's Troy.
So this week, guys, we're just gonna go over the PlayStation State of Play. It was last week, and we're gonna go over the games we saw and just go over, do a quick little recap of it and give our opinions and assessments on it. This isn't going to be too long of an episode, though. Just going to be kind of a quicker one, and we're going to see if it does any better than the longer ones. So, yeah. All right. So, do we just want to go big first, like how the showcase was?
Yeah, we start with the big games and go to the smaller ones.
Okay. So, for me, biggest one by far, Resident Evil 4 remake. Being it's one of my favorite games of all time. As if you guys can hear, you guys can go back to the last episode. I talked about Resident Evil 4 at nauseum, so I'm not going to go over every single detail, but it's a game I really enjoyed. I have a lot of fond memories with that game. It's just one of my favorite games that I've ever played. There's a lot of different reasons why, and like I said, you guys can check out our latest video, our Zombies video game video, and check that out. But it looks really good to me. The graphics look really good. And they're changing up a couple things. Most notably, in the beginning of Resident Evil 4, it was daytime, but they're making it nighttime now to kind of add to the atmosphere and the scenery and all that, and just make it kind of a more scary experience. Set the tone for just a more horror vibe, I guess, than what we got.
Do you know if it's going to be, are you going to be allowed to play like daytime or nighttime, or is it just strictly they're just changing it to nighttime?
I don't know 100%, but from everything I gathered, it's just they're changing it to nighttime. So
I didn't know if they'd follow in the steps of the classic and let you either do it in day or like an added-on feature like nighttime.
I have no idea, but the only thing I knew is that they were changing time. Maybe you are able to choose. I don't think it'd be that difficult to implement. So
yeah, well, they're also making it. They're implementing the new VR, right? The PlayStation VR 2 or whatever.
Yep, they announced the VR 2, and they announced a multitude, litany of games, if you will, for that at the State of Play. So.
Yeah, it says over here that I guess it won't come out, though, till March 24th of 2023. Yeah. Which, if they take their time and make it good, then I don't have a problem with that.
No, I'm really looking forward to that. I don't get very, hyped, you would say, for games really anymore, but that's one I'm definitely looking forward to.
Yeah.
And,
well, I mean, while we're with that, I mean, Resident Evil Village is also not getting remastered, but it's going to be in VR, so a game that already is pretty scary is going to now be up close and personal, so can't wait for that.
That's going to be, it looked really cool. I'm not huge on the VR, but I saw like dual wielding of like weapons and like on there, and like you can't do that in the actual game, and I think it'll be pretty cool. This wasn't in the showcase, but I'll just go ahead and add it. They're also not remastering, giving an upgrade for the PS5, and I think that means a Series X or S upgrade or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that.
For 2, 3, and 7. And 7, I'm really excited to replay that again whenever they give that. I'm just putting that out there. It's not part of the showcase.
No, yeah. I need to buy it and replay it, too.
So, the VR implementations, it's pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to end up getting one. Maybe if they ever go on sale. I don't want to spend the same money for a console to have a VR. I mean, it's cool, but it's not like that like crazy of a thing like right now. It's not anywhere near where I would like it to be to spend money on it to warrant buying it.
No, I'm the same way. I had a chance to get a PlayStation VR. If I'm going to get a VR, I'd rather just have a gaming PC and a VR with it, because I've tried that before, and like you can play like Skyrim with mods, which I'm sure you can do on console, but it's I think PlayStation or on PC would just be more in depth. Mm-hmm. One game I'm looking forward to is the new Final Fantasy. I played a little bit of 15. I definitely think that 16 looks more kind of like I kind of got Castlevania vibes from it, just from the picture. And I know a lot of people are kind of sad because a lot of people like the old school version of the turn-based style, but it's going to be like live fighting, kind of like Dark Souls, stuff like that. But I think they're kind of going back to their roots because it used to be medieval, and then it started to get a little more fantasy, futuristic. So, I mean, that's one game I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan. I've always liked the games and never thought they were bad, but the turn-based combat, I don't know, for whatever reason. Like, I've kind of like not cared now, but throughout my whole life, I really didn't like it at all. I don't, just probably because how it was back then. It was just kind of like choppy and stuff. But
No, yeah.
I really liked the Final Fantasy VII or not Final Fantasy VII, or yeah, it was Final Fantasy VII remake. I thought that was really good. Was it 7? Am I being stupid?
No, 7 was remastered.
It was 7. I really enjoyed that, even though I didn't beat it. And 16, yeah, just because it's more medieval and not like so like futuristic, I guess you'd say. That, I don't know, that just makes me want to play it that much more. It seems really appealing to me. Yeah, like you said, it gives you kind of some Castlevania vibes, and it looked a little bit like me to Devil May Cry too.
Yeah, I got that. I kind of got the old Xbox game Dante's Inferno. I got like all those vibes from it. I haven't beaten any Final Fantasies, but I've played pretty much all of them. Final Fantasy X to me was really fun. It's a classic. I think a lot of people will agree with that. I think that was really the last one that did turn-based stuff. I don't think 13 did. I played 13, but that one was kind of went under the...
I don't remember.
That was the one with the girl.
I played them, but I don't remember. I touched them. I think I rented those games. I can't even remember. It's been so long, though.
Yeah, no, that game is... I forgot it even existed until I saw it the other day on the Xbox store. No, I guess we can talk about Callisto Protocol, too.
Oh, man. Yeah. I'm excited for that, let me tell you.
Yeah, it says here it began development as it was supposed to be a PUBG spinoff, and then it grew into its own universe. And it's a gruesome sci-fi horror game from the creators of Dead Space.
Yep.
It's supposed to come out at the end of this year, December 2nd.
It is, so I finally have a game to look forward to aside from God of War. There's finally, even though we still don't have a release date for God of War, and it's going to release before then. I don't know why they're still holding on to it. Hopefully this week, Game Fest, whatever they're calling it, hopefully they release the release date this week.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, Callisto Protocol looks really, really good. That's definitely one of the scariest looking games. I know you haven't really seen like a whole lot about any of this stuff, but you should watch the trailer. It's really scary.
The picture alone kind of looks like what's it called? They call it the walking simulator on PlayStation. It was the one where you had the babies and like
PT?
No. This one was like you had the crying baby and the shadow creatures or whatever.
Death Stranding.
Yeah. It kind of looks like that with the rain and everything. It looks very, very creepy. More creepy than Death Stranding. Yeah,
that game is creepy, so that's saying something. And just a side note, I actually really like that game. I haven't beat it, but I've gotten really far, and it is like kind of monotonous doing the deliveries, but I don't know. It's just so different, and I've never played anything like it.
No, yeah, I enjoyed it. I just I didn't get to the part where I had a weapon yet. I did it with like multiple deliveries, and now it's just like, okay.
It doesn't take that long to start getting them, and then it just gives you like so many different ones.
I probably quit right before I got them, so.
No, it's boring starting out. And then it's like, it gets really boring like when you get to like the snowish area. But the point we're trying to make with all this is like, when you do like something different, you know.
Unique,
it's people are going to like remember it, and it's going to add to your experience because we don't want just the same thing every single time. I mean, it's nice and things like Call of Duty where you want it to be the same thing pretty much every time. But it's a whole nother like aspect for a game that's supposed to be different, to be unique in its own way. That's kind of what we were just trying to get up from that. And then, of course, my phone turns off.
We talked Street Fighter 6, I think, is supposed to be another big one coming out. I know the fighting community, my roommate's big into fighting games, and he just went up to Chicago for a tournament. They all sit there and play, like, next to each other, kind of like couch, like, multiplayer, but, like, it's Street Fighter. Like, I've never really gotten into it, but like, it's fun, definitely.
Yeah, I've never been a Street Fighter fan. I've always preferred Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Injustice, what have you. Marvel vs. Capcom even. I don't know why. I just couldn't ever get into it. This one looks decent because they're adding like an open world-ish aspect to it. We don't know like a whole bunch, but it looked like they were using their character to move around, and then they would go into like the normal Street Fighter like side-to-side combat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That just... Those games kind of wear on me. I think they're kind of repetitive, and not just Street Fighter, just fighting games in general.
Oh my god!
And I don't know this one. If I were to play one though, this one definitely would be one that I would try out.
I played Killer Instinct for the first time the other day, and it was pretty fun. I don't know if you ever played it, but you'd probably like it.
No, I haven't played it. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against them. I used to love fighting games, but.
Yeah.
Just the replayability and the skill that you have to have on top of all that to play those games too, kind of just...
Yeah, it's a lot of memorization.
Yeah, something I really don't want to dedicate my time to.
I mean, the last big game is really just going to be the Horizon series. I know, Call of the Mountain, they're making it VR.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're also releasing Horizon Forbidden West, which I guess it has a new update.
Oh yeah, that was a new update. They went over it in the thing. They added a whole bunch of like different content, new game plus, stuff like that.
New weapons, and it says harder difficulty.
Yeah, I'm not too big on the Horizon series. I don't hate it. I just can't really get into it.
I never even touched it, so.
It's partially, like, people are going to hate me and they can hate me or whatever. I don't think Aloy is that interesting of a character. And on top of that, I just don't like the whole robot, like, aspect. I understand why people like it. Like, it looks cool and it's really smooth and, like, it can be fun. But it's just not, like, my cup of tea. And before, if anybody sees this and tries to say, oh, you don't like women in gaming and all that, some of my favorite games are both Metroid and Tomb Raider, so that's false right there.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with female main characters as long as they're, like,
just not
done correctly. Yeah,
I mean,
that's with any character.
I haven't played the second one, so maybe she, grows and is better, but I don't know. It's just... Like, it's not my cup of tea on top of everything else, so.
Yeah. Well, also, I know you said before we started this you hated the game, but No Man's Sky, it's apparently making a comeback. People say it's getting better now. And
I mean, if people like it, I get it, because it's kind of like in a really, like, different kind of way, like Minecraft a little bit. Not really, but kind of. It's kind of in that genre. I just have never really been able to enjoy No Man's Sky. I've tried it. It's not for me. I'm not really big on the whole space thing and go planet to planet. I mean, I like that it's sandbox, but it's just not done in the way, that I really want it to be.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of how I am with it. I don't really have any interest in trying it. But, I mean, the big note here is that... they're gonna add it to PlayStation VR too. So that's
No, I will say though the Call of the Mountain or whatever, that looked pretty good because it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not, I guess, part of that like storyline or whatever, but it looked pretty cool. Just strictly from a VR perspective, the bow combat looked really cool, and the parkour aspect looked really cool in that too. But like I said, unless like I can get one like for super cheap or something later on down the line, which probably won't happen until the next generation of console.
Yeah.
I don't plan on playing any of that. But that'd be a good way to segue into the next or one of the next games they put. There's also a VR title, The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners.
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of people like the first one. I never played it, like I said, because I don't have a VR. But tons of people enjoy that game. I guess there's not like really a variety of weapons in the first one from everything I've seen and heard.
Yeah, it says here that it's supposed to bring out new weapons and also specifically give you a chainsaw. So now in VR you can chainsaw zombies.
Yeah, and if I had a VR, that would probably be the first game I would get.
No, I mean it looks good. Is it only a VR game?
I am not 100% sure, so don't quote me on this, I guess, but I'm pretty sure every game they make for VR, you can also play with a normal controller. I'm not 100% sure. But at the end of the day, I don't really think I'd want to play something like that with a controller because it really doesn't look the best. It looks like it'd be fun if I was controlling it like VR, but
No, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it looks fun. It looks I mean, I would say with VR on, it'd be kind of creepy, but like the main clips it's showing here is like all in the daytime.
That too.
The factory looks kind of scary.
Yeah.
He's in like some factory and it's dark and you can see like the zombies like eyes glowing. Or if they were zombies, maybe they're people. I don't know.
Alright, so I guess that's about all we have for that.
I mean, yeah.
We can talk about, I guess, Spider-Man getting ported over to PC, and then we can talk about the indie games.
Yeah, Spider-Man's supposed to go to PC. They said August 2022. There's no exact release date, but I know a lot of PC gamers were upset that it wasn't on computer. So this will probably... They'll make a bunch of money on this again, I assume, because if people loved it on the console and they have a PC, they're probably just going to buy it on the PC again and replay it.
Yeah, it's one of their highest selling exclusives, and now it's going to be going to PC, which, I mean, at first I really didn't like it. Now I really could care less. As long as, like, PlayStation gets their exclusive for a couple years or something before, I really don't care if it goes over to PC afterwards.
No, yeah, it definitely... I think it'd be pretty cool. I imagine, though, like, with the graphics and everything, you'd probably need a pretty beastly computer to run it at full
You're
run.
going to need definitely a ridiculous PC. I'm excited, though, to see how good it looks on those really high-end PCs, though, on, like, YouTube.
Oh, no, yeah.
So, because that game on console looked amazing. No pun intended. But I think it's going to look just outrageous on the PC.
I think it will, too. It definitely looks like it's...
And on top of that, mods. So there's going to be any suit that anybody wants. I mean, it's going to be really cool to see what they do. I'm kind of, honestly, a little jealous. I wish I had a better PC so I could play that with mods whenever they come out.
One day.
One day, yeah. Probably not in the distant, or not in the future. Not in the near future, should I say.
Yeah. So, I guess gateway in the indie games, if you're done talking about Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, not really much to say. It's Spider-Man. It's been out for years.
We talk about Stray. It's supposed to be, I mean, here it calls it a cute game. But, I mean, I think it's one of those games where, like, I think it's going to be more graphic-based and kind of story-driven rather than, like, action-packed.
Right.
But I definitely think it's one of those games where, like, you'll just kind of sit down and just kind of, you know, you don't have to stress about what's happening. You can just kind of jump around. It's a big parkour game. I mean, it comes out literally next month with the new PlayStation Extra. PlayStation Plus Extra, I guess is what they're calling it. I personally think it looks pretty cool. I mean, I know you're kind of indifferent on it, but I mean,
I don't think it looks bad. It's not something that I'm just jonesing to play.
No, yeah.
I'll probably definitely try it out, though, because I'm going to end up getting the service. I mean, there's no reason. The person I game share with is getting it, and even if I can't do it off them, I'm going to end up buying it, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, we talk about Rollerdrome.
Yeah, I mean, that game, I hope it's free to play because I will not spend a dime. But it looks like it would be kind of, in a really weird way, it looks like it would be kind of fun.
No, yeah, I didn't read information about it, but it says it's a blend of roller derby and gunplay.
It literally
So-
reminds me of like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but with like really weird graphics and guns.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Super Hot.
That too.
Just because, like, they're slow motion and, like... I mean, the movement, obviously not. But just the way you shoot and, like, slows down time, ricochet bullets, stuff like that. It's definitely... It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I probably wouldn't pay too high a price for it.
No.
If it went on sale for, like, $10, maybe.
I don't even...
It depends how long the game is, really.
I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know if it's like... It looks like a... I don't even know if I'd quantify it as a story game. Like, I don't even know what it is.
I mean, the clips pretty much are just action.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's just kind of
Just
arcade
like
themes.
levels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like Super Hot without the story.
Gotcha. And as far as the remaining games go, the only thing I even remember out of the rest of these is Tunic, and that's just because like apparently it did really well on Xbox. It was an indie game over there, and now they're bringing it to PlayStation.
Yeah, it says it's Zelda inspired. It looks, I mean,
Yeah, no, it looks like if
good.
you like that, if you like the older Zeldas especially, definitely looks like it'd be a fun game. I'm not too much on those type of games just because the way they look. I don't know. I respect them for what they are, but like, I kind of, it's not my cup of tea. It looks good though for what it is. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just, it's not for me.
no, yeah.
And I don't even the season game. We're
That-
not even going to talk about that.
And the other one, the Etern Knights, it
and-
like doesn't even have information out
I
besides
don't even
its art.
remember Internights, so but I do remember season. I was like, what even
that's-
is this game?
That's
like the
anime
that's
adventure.
the anime like dating simulator or whatever.
It combines super powered action with a dating sim.
Oh my lord!
But
Yeah.
it says nothing's known about it yet besides its striking art style and unique premise.
If Bryant had a PlayStation, he'd definitely pre-order that.
Oh, yeah.
So
He might buy it just for that.
He'd buy the Super Digital Deluxe Edition. Two
I-
of them.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the only thing really left to say on this stuff is it says here about God of War Ragnarok, kind of like you were saying. There's no information, but it says keep an eye out during Summer Game Fest, the biggest gaming event of the summer.
So we're gonna have to keep our eyes peeled, tuned to that, and I think that's all we got for this episode.
Yeah, next week we'll probably talk about
Summer Games.
Summer Game
We'll do
Fest.
a recap of the Summer Games Fest. Hopefully we get some good news. I'm trying to think. There was a rumor I saw before I went to bed this morning, I guess, since I went to bed in the morning. What was it? It was The Last of Us, the first one, remake, is scheduled to release on September 2nd or something like that. It's just a rumor, but...
They should make it VR.
I don't even know how that would
It'd be kind of weird.
It
I'll
really
be
would
honest.
be. But anyways, that does it for this episode. We will be back next week with the Summer Games Fest recap. And yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy.
See you later,
Peace
guys.
out.